Hello, 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 hello. I'm Lynn Browder, and I have a son, Owen, who is 13 and has autism. We paint together, working on his fine motor skills. He helps me paint the backgrounds of our paintings, and then I paint the rest. So, I haven't painted a cardinal in a while, and I just feel as though we need some cardinals. Sometimes I'm just painting or getting ready to paint, and my thought process changes, and so I was going to paint another Christmas tree. I painted this to paint a Christmas tree, and then as I was sitting here, I just knew I needed to paint a cardinal. Now, why? I don't know, but that's what happens. So we're just going to paint this and see where it goes. So, when you look at the, excuse me, I got a frog and a runaway paintbrush. When you look at the background of this, I painted 3 of these, 3 different backgrounds with Owen. And we painted a black one, a blue, I'm trying to remember, I think a gray one. But what happens is a lot of times I'll put the paint there, and then I don't change the brush between each one of the paintings. So there will be colors still stuck up on the this part of the paintbrush, and so we'll go back through and just kind of wipe some of that on there. So you'll see a lot of the lines, like there's some blue over here, and I like that. I don't try to hide from it or avoid it, or just it's just the way it works out, and I like how that works for us and for what it does. So I'm gonna do this, and then I'll paint back the brush because it's easier to do it the opposite way than the other way. Now, I wasn't oh, I've got a frog in my throat. It's not. I have 2 very bright reds. One's kind of a berry red, and one's more of like a cardinal red. But I didn't put like a maroon in it. Sometimes I paint them with more of a maroon or a cranberry. I can't think of the other color name that I'm trying to think. It'll come after I stop painting. Garnet. That's still not the word I'm looking for, but we'll get there. Anyways, I sometimes will paint with more of that kind of color. But if you add like a black to your red, and that's what I just kind of did, it's not going to make it those specific colors. But when you add more of the tones in there and keep kind of adding the color on top of it, you'll get like more of a darker shade. And some days the colors will do what they're supposed to do. And some days when the temperatures are all different, like today, this is what's going to happen. It's not going to want to smush. It's very thin, but we'll get there when we get there. That's what I always just I used to kind of panic a little when I would like have this problem, but now I just go with the flow. I tell you that when I'm going, oh, I wish it would just work. I just wish it would work. So, I am going to go back through here. I don't know why I decided to stop, like, not put my brushes up. I've been putting them on the table, and I'm not, like I said, I'm not quite sure what's happening with that, but here we are. So, we will see what happens. We had snow last night, but we didn't have as much. Well, let me start over. We had snow this morning. We had lots of rain overnight here where I'm located. I think in a few of the other areas there was some more snow, but that makes my household extremely happy because that meant Owen still got to go to school today. So we didn't have to worry about him not going to school, which again made him so happy. And his happiness is my happiness. So him getting to go, it really, it's a lot for him to process when he's all into routine and then has to not go to school. It's a lot for him to deal with. So when we can still get the school in, that is a grand thing. So he was able to go, and we were very pleased with that. He woke up, and that was his first, second, third, fourth, fifth, 10th question, and he just was relieved that he was able to go. It's very hard for him. He did fantastic while he was on his Thanksgiving break. He handled it. He was able to deal with all the changes and the things that happened. So we had relatives over, and he at first was kind of hesitant. But within an hour or so, he was all dandy with that. And again, he's out of routine, he's out of school, he's out of all of his moments in time, and then going to his grandma's house where he is, that's again his world, his everything, and then having relatives that he's met, but it's been a while since he's been around them, and he was much younger when all of that was going on. And so it's just was a lot. And he handled it all truly wonderful. I mean, it was really, really, really amazing how well he did. It's funny, a lot of times when I paint flowers, I only use like one paintbrush. When I paint things like this, I'm up to, this is number 4. And so it just depends on what I'm doing and what I'm trying to do. I'm attempting to do some feet here, and I don't want them thick at all. And that in itself is a chore for me, because I shake, and shaking and painting don't always mix, especially when you are trying to do such little detail. I have Hashimoto's, which is a thyroid condition, and so it's it adds to interesting little little bits of here and there when when you're trying to do something. So now I really did not want that much white, but I knew once I did the eye, I would have to kind of adapt it. So that's what we're doing here. So Owen was very thrilled that today he got to go to school. And at first I was quite shocked that they were going with the weather predictions, but thankfully it did not do nearly what they had anticipated it was going to do in our area. I know that some of the other areas got a little more than we did. But, I'm all for Owen getting to go to school. So, I first put the feet in brown, and now I'm going over it. The background, since it's black, it kind of needed the double layer thing to be able to have a little more of the depth to it. So that's what I'm kind of doing with that. And now I'm just gonna go through this, and when this dries, because of the background being black, you'll still see the branch and everything, but it's just to kind of give it another dimension with it, because I'm not really painting right on top of I'm not trying to get exactly where the branch, I'm not trying to outline the branch, I'm just getting around it, near it, on it, if that makes sense, kind of just randomly doing that. So now I'm just gonna go back a little bit. I've mixed more of the red and the black on my brush here. And I feel like he needs a little more of the winter belly. That's why I keep puffing him out a little bit more. It's kind of puffed. I feel like his wing needs adjusted. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. But I'm just glad that Owen got to go to school. Hopefully it's a great day for him. We've been having some different things that have been going on and everything, so I'm hoping that these moments, these days kind of go a little bit easier for him. His beak, I wish I had not. It's bigger than I want it to be. It's taller. So I'm just kind of adjusting it here a little bit. The orange stuck out a lot to me. So we're getting there. We're getting there. I thought about putting a little Santa hat on him, but I felt like there was a reason I'm making him, so some days we just do what we do. We do what we do. All right. Well, I think we're there today. I think we're where we need to be, or where it's going to be. I keep trying to get things to look a little more realistic. And at some point, I've been painting, I don't know, 7 years, something like that now. Oh, I'm about to sneeze. And one day I'll get where it's more realistic, where it doesn't look like a parrot and a cardinal. But you know what? It's okay. I enjoy painting, and I love doing it. And the more you paint, the more you practice, the more, and being able to share our journey and let others know that they're not alone. That's my goal, That's my goal. So if I can do that, then it all matters. It all matters. So, painting just a little bit. I keep saying I'm almost done, but then, I keep seeing shades. Okay. I want his belly bigger. I want his belly bigger. I want him to have a winter belly. I want him to have a Santa belly. I guess is what I'm... Maybe I don't want to finish painting. That happens to me a lot too, you know? Okay. There we go. Okay. I'll let him be his puff belly. But now I feel like his wing needs to be longer. I'm telling you. This is what happens when you keep doing. Alright. So, I'll frolic in my throat. I always sign O for Owen since he helps me with the backgrounds. And L. And B. Just like it was 2 orange there, it's 2 orange here. There we go. Alright, thanks so much for watching. Have a great rest of your day. Toodles, toodles.